Hey, aside from having to talk to press today, how's your day going?
Oh, it's good. It's been nice and busy, but in a very nice and positive way. So all good.
It must be confusing for you in a way because you've worked so much over the last 4 or 5 years. A lot of actors, it's kind of like one movie a year, you like three, four big things a year, a couple of TV pilots, a couple things you can't talk about it. But White Elephant is the new project. When did you actually film it?
Who knows anymore? I'm like, I remember it was, somewhere either before or after COVID. No. It was actually last year, a little more than a year from now. And I just remember it was such a nice, beautiful project to just be in. And I really enjoyed it.
What a cast. I mean, besides you, Michael Rooker, Bruce Willis, Olga, Malkovich, did,
Yeah.
did you know all these people were involved when you were casting the film?
That's a good question because I did not. I did the casting. I thought it was a good project just because I had been wanting to do like an action film, something crazy like that, and they liked my casting. And then the director just kind of saw some projects that I was on. He kind of just still like liked me for the role, and then we went for lunch just to keep talking about the project. And Jesse, the director, he has a very thick accent, and once I get to know a person, then I get to pick up the way they talk, and I understand him fully. But at first, in that meeting, I literally understood like 20% of what he was telling me. So I remember just hearing him say a bunch of stuff about the movie, and then I just heard like Bruce Willis, but I wasn't sure. So that I had to leave that meeting and talk to my manager. And once he checked with him, first he learned that I made it, and like he liked me for the role, and I was in. And second, he told me about the cast, and I was like, "What the what? What are you talking about?" So it was a nice surprise.
Well, you've had success in both English language projects and Spanish language projects. And a lot of people who would have success in the Latin American world, the Central American world, they would just say, that's it. I'm going to stay with that. And now I can vacation in Europe and the United States and
Exactly.
be anonymous. You made the decision to become a global star. When was it that you decided, hey, English language projects are something I want to do?
Well, I did my I've been acting since I was 6, right? And in
Mhm.
Spanish. And I did my high school in the US, and I just kind of um got better in the language in general. And I just thought that like I have that tool that I can use, and I'm an actor, like why not try out for other things that are like I can do in English. So I think it was about 5 years ago that I decided to just move to LA and take the risk and try it. And it's been a journey, it's been a challenge, and I've really enjoyed it, but it's also been very like nerve-wracking because you don't know in this career what's going to happen. It's lots of ups and downs, and years that nothing happens, and then suddenly everything just is happening. And that's what I'm hoping, that this will be like that snowball that just keeps growing and pulling other like work in, and just keep kind of accomplishing my dreams, and keep working on other projects and genres that will be appealing and attractive to me and to like the people that follow me. So I'm just excited that it's slowly happening. So yeah.
And so White Elephant is the latest project that you're allowed to talk about or supposed to be talking about it. Uh,
Like
is it,
I can share more than that. Yeah. So
but
I'll
was it one of the easier ones to work on or one of the harder ones? I'm not talking about did you have a good time, but the
yeah.
role, was it more challenging and did it require more prep than your average role?
I think I mean, I did before this one. I did The Seventh Day with Guy Pearce, and I actually put a lot of more, uh, I think, acting work into that character, just because it's like this like very troubled priest that had to deal with a lot of like internal stuff. So I definitely remember having a lot of like acting work on that one. Maybe there's something concerning about that I get to have a little more of an easier time playing a psycho killer in this one. But I definitely worked with Jesse on the tone that he wanted for this and everything. And I think the work on this one came more from the stunt part of it, right? Like all the gun training, the knife fighting, and like, you know, fist fighting with like people, and really getting it to a point where you can tell that this guy has been doing this for years. So that was very exciting to do, but that was definitely a challenge.
It's cool to see that you can do this kind of role, but you could also be in the adaptation of 50 First Dates, a movie that we really like in this household. But you can do the comedy, you can do the drama, you can do the thriller. When you started out as a 6-year-old, obviously you weren't thinking about what kinds of roles you wanted to do. But once you knew, hey, I'm a career actor, did you have a specific genre that you wanted to focus on?
I mean, it took me like 19, 20 years to like truly set myself aside from all that soap opera and like comedy, like skit world, and really be like, I want to focus on movies and like TV shows. You know, like TV shows now are big, but when I started doing it, it was, you know, it was a growing thing, like in the beginning. So I guess part of me was just thinking, I'll take anything as long as it takes me into that like route. And then comedy started to be the thing that it just kind of pulled me into that. And I love doing comedy. I really enjoyed it. Actually, one of the projects that I just finished doing that I can talk about, it's a movie called Love is Love. And I did it with Rob Schneider, and he's directing, he's acting in it. So it's full comedy with that kind of like comedy that he has been doing for years. So it was very silly, very stupid, very freaking funny. But right now I kind of want to keep doing comedy, but stray away a little bit and pursue things that I've never done before. I would love to do something that is like more medieval. I would love to do something that also has action, but has more like CGI to it. You know what I mean? Superhero stuff or whatever. I would love to do something more like real. Not that this is not real, but like, you know what I mean? Like, Oscar stuff, like a Green Book kind of movie or something like that. I don't know.
It sounds like everything except musical theater.
You know what? I'm a singer and I'm a musician, so I definitely want to do something that has to do with music. I did a series just recently called Mariachi that has acting and then like singing involved with it, and it was very fun to do. But theater, I've done theater and I've done musical theater, and it's very fun. But right now there's so much going on that I want to do that I feel theater, you have to really kind of like stop your life for a few months and commit.
But that first look deal that you have with Pantaya, it sounds like the projects are coming to you from there, besides what your agents are bringing in. So we really don't know what's going to come next from you. And it's kind of a beautiful thing. So last question I have, because you just alluded to your musical roots. Who were the bands or the artists that made you want to become a musician in the first place?
Well, my mom is a singer and I guess she hasn't done it in quite a few years, but I grew up full of music around the house, watching her on stage. So that definitely had a big influence on me. I remember her playing a lot of like Ricky Martin and like, you know, people like that we know, a lot of like jazz and stuff like that. Like actually one of the things that I'm doing like with music is to also have like that R&B kind of like style and play with like mixing different genres, but like kind of sticking to that, like always having like jazzy things like sax and metal and like all those things. So I don't know. And like modern influences, I mean, I always love Justin Timberlake. Bruno Mars is amazing. People like The Weeknd, Beyonce, like, you know, like all these like huge commercial stars that have made such an impact. I really love. So I don't know. There's a little bit of everything in my music career, but yeah, I'm just very passionate about music. So.
We're going to have to guess on that one too. But the bottom line is congratulations.
I'm sorry, I know I'm all over the place.
In the best of ways, you're always challenging yourself, and that's an admirable trait. So thank you for your time, and really looking forward to the next project, whatever it is.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Paltrocast.